Dance within a meditation.
People that would be burning up the snow out here.
Cold us.
It's not real. I mean, it's cold in here, but
It's cold to us.
you know, I usually see the snow. It's the mountains or something. That one's cold. Is it all been cooked?
Welcome to Dharma Bums, everyone. We'll meditate for a few minutes while people are arriving. Welcome, everyone. Anyone new to Dharma Bums? First time? Welcome. Anyone new to meditation? Great, we'll just meditate. Any questions about meditation practice? Anything at all? Who meditates eyes closed? Who crosses the street eyes closed? Oh. So experiment. In Zen meditation and most Buddhist meditation, eyes are a little bit open. Why? So just check yourself, If the eyes are a little bit open, it's easier to stay awake. And less, also, eyes are closed, easier to get caught up in kind of a more chatter or dream state. Meditation's quite different than that. So in Zen meditation, we're not trying to escape the world of sounds, sights, sensations. They're all present, We're point is not getting hooked. The other main part of meditation practice is breathing, right? Everyone know how to breathe here? It's like a little bit of practice. But how are we breathing? Breathing in body, breathing shallow, breathing deep, breathing fast, slow. So you need to give some attention to this breathing. Everyone remember, this is really how to breathe. Everyone, we've all done this. We've had quite a lot of experience, no exceptions. The only problem is it was when we were age 2. So 2-year-olds, how do they breathe? Everyone remember? Anyone remember? Age 2, breathing. Lying on the back, breathing. Eyes are open. Breathing from the stomach, breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing. Uninhibited breathing. Deep, full breathing. So as we become conditioned in life, this tends to get compromised. So we need to try to return to this deep, relaxing, slow, diaphragmatic breathing. So we're fully inhaling and totally exhaling. But on the exhale, the belly doesn't collapse. We can experiment a little bit. A good exercise for breathing is find we have a lot in San Diego, a little round rock about the size of this bell. You can lie on your back and then put the rock right over your navel. And just lie there. You don't try to meditate or anything. Just notice the breathing shifting as it rises up and down as you're lying flat on your back. And then sit up and meditate for a few minutes after that and feel the difference. This is really helpful. It's very calming, naturally. Again, eyes open. We habituate during the day because we all have, especially these days, we all have these cell phone things and laptops, and so we're hyper focusing all day long with our eyes. We're immediately, reading, naming, analyzing. All this is separate sense of self taking place through this sense of our eyes. So in meditation, our eye focus, again, is we try something different. So we're gazing, we're not watching something. Just gazing, like this, either slightly lower than straight ahead, just gazing. If you hold your hands out, you would see your fingers move. Very broad gaze. You can feel the difference, it's like we're all like this a lot, and then it's like open, spacious gazing. San Diego, we can do this sometimes even at the horizon at the ocean. Is really good meditation place to support this kind of gazing. So then again, thoughts, feelings, emotions arise. And if we don't mess with them, what happens? On their way, on their merry way. And then again, thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories, shopping list for tomorrow, what we're going to say to somebody next time we see them, all the chatter, right? It's like, just breathing, like, not trying to do anything with it. So we're always pivoting on this point of like everyone past. We have all this personal history past. Where is it though? In this present moment. And all the projections in the future. This present moment, again, where is it? This moment is it. So we give ourselves completely to this present moment in this breathing body awareness. You're completely inhaling, completely exhaling. No problem, right? Simple? Not always easy, but simple. Any questions? We'll sit for a few minutes more. Any comments, anyone?
I did not like that.
Huh?
I left my eyes open. I haven't done that in a long time, and I don't like it.
Scary movie?
It's very uncomfortable to do it with the eyes open.
Scary movie.
Oh, it's scary?
Scary movie? We close our eyes in scary movies.
Oh my God.
Maybe, again, try not, little experiment. Just barely open, not like, and then try to shift to gazing, not watching, and see what happens. Experiment. It's different, because these days our eyes are super stressed from all this visual stuff. So eyes closed can be okay because of that, because it is relaxing. Or one can also do, there are all kinds of eye relaxation exercises separate from meditation, like you do they call palming, the hands don't touch the eyes. It's in the Bates relaxation eye method. That's useful if the eyes are very stressed, because the optic nerve gets all completely freaked out in our modern world. And these meditation methods arose in a time without all this onslaught of visual stimuli and audio stimuli. So sometimes we have to add things or modify things. It's true. So to relax the eyes is really important. But then when relaxed, then maybe just a little bit open. And then there's some people it doesn't work, and just keep them closed. But we're our own experiment. We just have to kind of probe and experiment a little bit. There's a slight tendency with eyes closed to disembody the meditation too much. We want to go through the body, not out of the body. It's very different. We want to center in the body. We want to be completely present, not separate from breathing, body awareness, closer and closer together, not further and further apart. We're not off to get into some... Well, one can get into a very... sometimes very pleasant state, but we're not chasing after that. We're this present moment, whatever arises, without craving or aversion. Could be something very scary, could be something very beautiful, could be something, all kinds of things in life come. So meditation is to meet all those experiences with equanimity. We're not looking to become like what I call like a bliss ninny, like a bliss king or queen, Just present. Sometimes, especially, some difficult things might come, and we want to just be able to because if we push them away, what happens? Some anger or fear, we push it away, and then what happens? It's like, right in the face, Or we jump in to try and fix it, get into fix-it mode. Oh, I can fix this out of the very kind of too smart ego mode, like, I can fix that, and then we're all tangled up and it takes us for a ride. So this is just allowing the space for something even very challenging to arise and just allow it to be there. Or one friend of mine teaches Vipassana, she says, we have to kiss our demons on the nose. They don't swallow us, we don't swallow them. We just acknowledge them, and then what arises disappears. There's a very famous Tibetan Lama, Milarepa, in the 12th century, lived in a cave for years and years and years meditating. And one time the demons come, So what does he do? There were, I forget how many. So he serves them tea. He makes an offering to them. Serve them tea, One, two, gives them some tea. They disappear, right? So then he thinks, oh, I've got that figured out, right? It's like, then a bigger one comes, just one. And it's like, uh-oh, this one, big mouth, some big, opens its mouth, So again, he doesn't resist. He sticks his head in its mouth. He doesn't resist the demon, And again, it completely gone. Becomes just great spacious awareness. So again, we meet these things in purely present time awareness, they transform. Or they become what they really are, you might say. They don't really transform. Any other comments? Yeah.
So when I meditate, very often my eyes are slightly open.
Yeah.
And my eyes will play tricks on me. If I'm looking down at the floor, maybe I'll see a pattern or a face, and oftentimes things will move that aren't moving. Or like I was facing this chair, and there's a bar on the back of the chair, but it looked like it moved to the front. So.
Oh, it did.
Pardon, it did. So I think you answered my question. Just let it be what it is. I mean, what I want to do is I want to look at it again to get it to be like normal. It's a little.
No, it moved. I'm positive.
Okay, it's a little disconcerting.
You think I was sitting here, but I was actually back there watching.
Oh, okay. So just let it be what it is and don't react to it.
Yeah, all kinds of odd things can happen.
Oh, very odd.
And again, if your eyes were closed, you would probably be having some other kind of mental activity or even visual subjective activity instead. I think it's easier or better in the slightly open phase, but that's just the way I'm wired, And sometimes if that becomes too much, you can also, it's used mostly in other systems of meditation than Zen, but you can also have an object if you want, like in your home. Like if you have a small Buddha statue, place that there and then come back to focusing just on it as a Buddha statue. And if it starts doing funny things, just take a pause, and then close your eyes and come back and just gaze at the statue. Yeah, then that usually calms down. It usually means it's like there's an activity of subtle energy moving. It's not a bad thing, but then it causes these little things to happen. Might also be, it can either be too relaxed or a little bit too focused. Some years ago, there was some new student at Dharma Bumps when we were downtown, and he was being really diligent. He was going to really get this meditation thing down. He was really trying too hard, actually. So what happened one day is he said to me, he says, "Is it okay? Like when I'm sitting," he says, "it's as meditation. It's as if he was experiencing like this. Half his body was disappearing. He was wondering if it would be good if the other half disappeared." I said, "No, it wouldn't be good." I said, "You're probably you're focusing too hard in that case, I said, if you just kind of step back a little bit and just allow things, don't try and make anything happen. And then like, in less than a week, that all stopped, and it was back to normal again."
When I wanted to go to the
but it was doing weird.
It was doing weird.
Actually, all the chairs do that.
Like it was the same, but for some reason it felt different. It felt like
Sure,
it was different, yeah.
Yeah, I think we send a message to Jeff and tell him that the chairs need maybe they're hungry in the afternoon. They need an extra snack or something to calm down before.
I only seen like red.
Red.
Yeah, it was red. It was kind of weird, and I closed my eyes and it went away. But I just thought I was tripping. So.
Again, during meditation, all kinds of things can happen, and these are not good or bad. If they get too strong, they can become an obstacle. And they just arise and go, just like mind chatter is no different. And even sometimes can be even more unusual, but don't get caught up in them, like in Buddhist texts, they talk about, maybe someone has, odd things can happen. You might see through the chair or through the wall suddenly or something. But again, don't get carried by these things. Just come back to breathing, body awareness. Might be good to shift one's posture a tiny bit, come back, start again. Same with colors. That happens. Some people are that's not uncommon. It's people sometimes often seeing lots of colors and things. Again, don't get caught up in that. Just come back to open one's eyes a little bit and feel one's body center and come back to your breathing. And it may still continue, but just kind of stick with the process. Tomorrow it might be blue, so it's like, it's all right, just whatever happens. Any other comments? Yeah.
Maybe what I learned is I should take out my contacts and wear glasses, but I found that I needed to blink a lot. And when I stopped blinking, my eyes would fog up, and then they just kind of got gray, and it was sort of like, well, I could just have my eyes closed and not have uncomfortable eyes, because it would just fog up if I wasn't blinking constantly.
Huh.
Maybe that's just my contact lenses. I don't know. That was it.
Experiment. I don't know. I've never worn contacts, so could be. And then you might take them out and find out that it's not. It's possible. It's also some common symptom of, like, again, hyper focus in meditation is getting very watery eyes. So again, maybe kind of. So in meditation, we're not trying to make something happen. This is a little subtle mistake of practice. What we're doing is having just enough focus and present time awareness to allow this to happen. We have to get shift of view. So in Zen and Buddhist practice, our intrinsic nature is Buddha nature. We're not going to have to go outside and make it happen. It's already there. So what's the problem is quite different. The problem is that we get in its way. It's more a process of deconditioning and removing than trying to make something happen. In our entire life, what are we trained in? We go to school, we do all these things, we learn how to do this, we learn how to do that. It's all about adding things on and gaining skills and all these things. Well, meditation is a skill, but it's a skill that's doing the opposite. It's deconstructing and deconditioning the barriers we've put in place that block this pristine awareness of the present moment, which is innate Buddha nature of the present time moment. This is a little different. You get more of a sense, maybe in longer retreats sometimes, that there's something carrying us, Yeah, does that make sense, everyone? A little bit? Yeah, so it's more, we allow ourselves to release this sense of separate self into this present moment. Because it's a delusion or an illusion that we're separate from it. And so then in that moment, there's something happens, and then again we separate. But in those little tiny, we have them all the time, really. A little magical moment. There's a sunset, a flower. Usually something beautiful sets it off in nature or walking, or something catches our attention. So we're opening the door to that kind of new relationship with life, basically. It's new because we've cut ourselves off from it. Dharmabum's first Saturday of the month, is that right, Alma?
Yes.
At what time?
8 to 12.
8 to 12. Try it out. You get to take a vacation from talking. There's the meditation, 8 to 12 a.m. here, every first Saturday of the month. Not continuous, of course, there's sitting and walking meditation, and some cleaning, I think, too, maybe? Yeah. Cleaning meditation. All in silence. Any other comments, questions? Yeah.
Do the feet ever stop falling asleep when kneeling?
No.
That's good.
Do yours fall asleep sitting like that?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Not too bad? Yeah. Mine don't at this point. I'm sitting the same way. You can also sit cross-legged. Who see you're sitting cross-legged, right? I broke my left femur a few years ago, so cross-legged doesn't work yet again. Sometimes you can adjust the cushion. It's pushing pressure on this, underneath your calf there, and that'll keep the blood circulation going better. You might want to experiment at home,
Yeah.
It's correctable. Especially if it went to sleep in this relatively shorter time period, then you want to try and adjust it so it's not doing that. I think in your case, you can also move more forward on the cushion, or the cushion further back. Would help. Yeah. Great. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight.